Hey everybody, it's me, your friendly neighborhood rectangle, and we're going to pick up with some more SaGa Frontier, I think. Yes. There we go. Sorry about that, I was trying to get the sound to work. Okay, so we're going to pick back up with little T260G. And we're in Shinro, trying to figure out a little bit more stuff about him. Okay. Woof. Now remember, I said that this section was going to be a little bit more grindy. So... there's not really going to be a good way for me to start and stop and all this stuff because I'm literally just doing a live feed. I'm not recording anything. Energy was detected. Now it's gone. So there's nothing here. No, I don't want to do that yet. Okay. Yay! Aye! Okay. Oh, it's a McDobby. Alright. Whee! Oof! Ugh. He was just running heck-bent right into me. Alright. Crab legs. Oh, crab mech. Okay. I can do this. Yay, combat mastery. So now I can use a sword. Okay. I think that's what that does. Allows me to use plural slash? Yeah. Oh, pardon me. Had some delicious Chinese food. And apparently I ordered enough to feed me for 3 days. So, hyperscale. Hey, buddy. You got a problem? Did you get stuck? Can you? No? Do I need to come? Oh, okay. Ooh, 2 McDobbies. Somebody might actually learn something. Okay. You normally don't, so let's learn. Nope. Okay. I wanted to give them a chance. Was there... I want to say there's something to do in this room. That's the trouble with this quest. You go into all these different little rooms and stuff like that, and it's not really clear. Energy emission detected. What's the interactive points and what are not? So, let's go up here. Oh, I can't. Okay. Let's go down here and get into a fight. Ooh, Hypno Flash. All right. Absolutely useless, but hey, he's learning stuff. I can't really complain. Bolt Thrower. Let's slap that on him, because he's kind of got a redundant weapon. There we are. Yeah, that'll work. Okay. There's no damage here. An emergency energy source is being utilized. Driving to HQ, canceling. Combat position, second warning. Receive the mission at HQ, onto destination. Serial number T260, type System Core, design KT, manufactured by MMW, anti-RB model, newest T-series. Details are top secret. And after you check out all 3 sections, we just got combat mastery. I don't remember. I'm gonna go with evade laser because I think I've got shooting mastery. Downloading completed. It went dead. Did you find something? Data obtained regarding T260 model and HQ. Mission: destroy RB3 model. What the hell are HQ and RB3 models? HQ may be a command base. No data for RB3 model. Our next stop is the command base. Alright. Oh, I should have went with shooting mastery. Okay. I had just quick saved. There we go. You can get evade laser later on. I'd rather be for all sorts of combat first versus a dodge. Okay. A task accepted. The terminal in Kurong provided you with information on your mission, and now you recall your original mission. Head for the central gate in Manhattan. Alright. Makes him so much more effective. A good rule of thumb is if you run across multiple mechs or multiple instances of the same mech, spread out your attempt at learning stuff, especially if you've already learned something from them, across your mechs, because they'll learn stuff differently. And I don't know if it has to do with their body type, their intelligence, the skill set of the monsters. I don't know the magic behind it. But I know that seems to be the key to these guys. That's the way I came. So let's go here, because I know this is a thing too, for more quote-unquote information. Although I kind of did it out of order. You're supposed to go here first, I think. But it may not even matter. Because this is a point where he's all like, I remember something! Those rabbits are so cute. Money. And then if we go... What's that? That? No. Thought there was a... Ooh, I remember something. Maybe I was wrong, I don't know. Oh well. Let's go zoom. Oh. Yay. Blah. Okay. IBC. Boom. Memory blurred. Confirmed. So is this a carb? Wow, sorry about that. Was this a cargo bay? Okay. And some... Oh. A banshee. I just love the look of these characters. It's like they were created out of clay. What? There's a beep beep boop boop robo. Okay. Evade rocket collected. Okay. I couldn't even select my skills before this little monkey on a unicycle decided to be all like, hey, play with me. Thank you. Okay. Okay. Ouch. And we're back here. Oh, there's a lot of bats. Okay. This. Spread fire. This. No. Railgun, okay. This. And y'all better start learning something. Ugh, okay. Alright. In the original, this is like the worst case scenario because they always use Sonic and it's a TPK. Even though they've nerfed them considerably in this version, I still am like, ooh, no. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Everybody, don't need to, no. Okay. What is a salvo? I don't know what... I know nothing about machines. Or electronics other than the basics that we grew up with. Okay, so I forgot. Do I go up here? Yes, I do. All right, that's all of that. Now get the heck out. Okay. Where did it say we needed to go? I want to say it's telling me to go back to Dr. Leonard's. Yeah. Yeah, okay. Let's pay a visit to him. Pass, please. Thank you. Just a moment. What's the matter? It's a valid pass. But this one was issued by the late Dr. Leonard. You must let him in. He's got a valid pass. I guess it's okay. Thank you for your patience. You can go in now. Oh, it's you, T260G. Can you just press the switch over there? I've left a copy of my mind in this machine just for times like this. I guess now we're brothers. What should I call you? I am still Leonard, but now my body is made of steel. Nothing else has really changed. Any luck getting data about yourself? I also began looking into many things, but I was stopped by Trinity's information security program. I guess you'll have to get into their building to get more information. There is a central information bank in Tartaros. Let's go there. I sincerely hope there's not actual artwork of that, just because the sprite is creepy with his protruding eyeballs. Beam sword. Alright. Ah, so he's our healer. Okay. Switch. Alright, love you guys to death, but oh no! There. Alright, bots and meat puppets, got it. Okay. Let's sneak into Tartaros by hiding in this container. Oh boy. Well, I guess we're going to learn today, aren't we? Do I go here first? And normally I grind a little bit before I go to Manhattan and stuff, but I guess we're gonna do this. Just because this is a long situation. Microwaved. Anyway. Here we go. There we are. Yep. No, let's not do that. There. Blam! Wee! I'm trying to get skills for him. Okay, nope. Nope. Maybe? Dang. System malfunction. Oh, okay. Oof. Hold it. That's using weapon points. I don't need to do that. Okay. There we go. Get you some abilities, Leonard. Oof. I'm trying to explore this place thoroughly because I know there's some goodies and stuff too, plus the experience for the mechs. Oh, there's not a path over that way, huh? That's the above. Okay, I'm with you now. So I do have to go this way for now. If I hit that, that opens that door. Oh, the remaster is so gorgeous. You can actually see the bay door open. Laser carbine. There we go. Now Zeke's got teeth. High frequency sword confirmed. Okay, now I should be able to go upstairs. Okay. Shooting mastery. Okay. There you go, engineer car. Ooh, everybody will get mech dobbies this time around. Okay. All right, Zeke. Okay, so did I go over here? I didn't. All right. Hi, Manok. So you've been really curious about this game. Yes. It is definitely a worthwhile game. But like looking at the info in this game, the list of things that make it stand out, it seems very long. It does. This is actually a very, it deserves to be remembered. It is definitely, especially if you played any of the Final Fantasy series for the Game Boy, this is like the pinnacle of that, because it's all out of the same series. They're all a part of the SaGa collection in Japan. Customization is absolutely top-notch. And the way they handle everything and cross-reference everything, I mean, it's definitely a different experience if you're wanting something different than your just usual traditional Final Fantasy series from Square. I encourage you definitely to take a look and pick this up. It is well worth the $25 it costs. And I still have my copy for the PlayStation. Okay, so we just came full circle. Whoop. So it's got like 7 different stories, right? Is that how it's handled? Do you swap between stories at will? Do they intersect? All 7 stories take place at the same time. There is overlap. You will see different characters in different playthrough scenarios. Technically, you can swap between stories at will, because when you start the game, you can swap, but it's not swappable like Wild Arms, where you push a button and you can switch your scenarios just in-game menu. You have to start a new playthrough if you've not played with that character before. Think about the central story is a hub, and the 7 paths are different starting points that all intersect in the center. And they all are ongoing at the same time. I'm really interested in seeing how they handle Fuse, because he intersects with at least 2 or 3 main character storylines, and he was not in the original playthrough. There have been some minor changes. If you ever played the original SaGa Frontier, such as load balancing, how combos trigger, etc., etc. Yeah, Fuse is awesome. Do not start with him. Well, you can't start with him. You have to complete at least 1 scenario first to unlock him. But if you do decide to try this game, I would recommend either Amelia or T260G, whom I'm playing right now. Starting with either of those 2 first, because they help you, they have the broadest reach of characters that you can recruit and everything else like that. There's not a huge storyline spike or in difficulty early on, so you actually get the feel of the game before you get into the meat and potatoes of combat. He joins the other characters, which changes how their story plays out. So far, I've not noticed a difference, and I'm playing with all of the new content. I've not played his storyline, though. I was going to save him to the next to last. But I've not seen a major difference between any of the scenarios so far. On my YouTube channel, I've played Amelia's story on the original, and I got basically up to where we're at now on T260, again on the original. And so far on Twitch, and of course the ones that have fallen off so far, because I literally snagged this the week it came out, the scenarios that have already fallen off are backed up on my YouTube channel as well, Rectangle Jones. And I've done Amelia, Azelis, Ricky, who was nowhere near as bad as he was in the PS1 version. Oh my god, they fixed so much stuff. It was still kind of a bore, but it was nowhere near as bad. So, you know, if you want to take a look before you commit to buy or whatever, feel free to check out my playthroughs and stuff. You know, and if you have questions, especially as I'm playing through, feel free to holler at me. No worries. Oh, I'm on the wrong path. Okay. So that's how I came in there. Alright, oops! But yeah, I'm excited to get to Fuse soon. After I finish T260, I'm probably going to do either red or loot, and then fuse, and then blue. I just love doing blue last. He feels like he's supposed to be the end of the game, to me. He's the magician. If you're just wanting to casually try it out, I would recommend, honestly, you know, play with the characters, start you a new system file and all of that. Just piddle around, choose who you think looks interesting at first, play with them, you know, play for about 30 to 45 minutes on each scenario, see how you feel, and then complete the one that speaks to you the most. Go back, you know, and actually start a new system file and all of that for your actual playthroughs once you've gotten your feet wet that way. And I think you'll have a more enjoyable time. You understand the combat and the customization can be a bit complex, but can a new player work their way around it without needing a guide? For almost everybody, yes. You will figure it out, because I mean, that's literally what I did. I didn't have a guide when I played this game the first time. And granted, it took me a little while, but it was enjoyable enough to where I would pick it up, play through a scenario, piddle around, get stuck, put it down, come back. It was just something fun to piddle with originally, but I didn't have any guides or anything else like that. Everything that I've been disseminating through the vids and everything else, I've learned on my own, with the exception of the monsters, which I had to look up, and it made my life a lot easier. So if you do Ricky, you're gonna have a bad time unless you go do a little bit of research first. Unless you've got previous experience with Final Fantasy Legend, Legend 2, or Adventure. Let's say it that way. Because just about all of the character classes, monsters, robots, humans, and half whatever, all of those existed in those Game Boy titles. So if you got the hang of those, yeah, you'll do absolutely fine with this game. It'll be like old hat. But that's another reason why I say, especially if you're brand spanking new, Amelia is the best one to start with. She will let you figure out how to play with people. You have so many different characters, so you can figure out how combat works and everything. And you will have a much easier time getting used to the game if you start with either Amelia or T260. I mean, T260 is kind of an intermediate, just because there's just a little bit of warm up and then boom, here we are. We're like in the mid game. So yeah, you should be fine. And if you get stuck, there's tons of guides out there. You don't have to do all sorts of crazy min-maxing or anything else like that. You can literally just pick it up and start playing it, especially if you stick with like Amelia's scenario to start with. This is one of my favorites of all time, SaGa Frontier 1. And this is coming from, I've played Final Fantasy 1. I mean, I was a ginormous Squaresoft fanatic for the longest time, but FF8 threw me off, and I said never again. But I paid Squaresoft 25 bucks for this game. Let's say it that way. A second copy, might I add, because I still have my PlayStation version. These are good questions, though, Manak. Now, arguably... No, I went back and I played 9. I didn't buy it firsthand. I own 1 through 12, with the exception of 11. But I refused to give Square any of my money. I'd let somebody else do it and then buy it secondhand after that. So I didn't feel like I wasted money. 6 was my absolute favorite. And then I stopped playing after 12. Because the Viera got me. No, I don't need any bondage bunnies in my Final Fantasy. That's too much fan service. I'm trying to make it play like an MMORPG. Now, if I want that, I'll stick with Diablo, which I also love. Playing that a game like that with a controller it didn't feel right. Ooh, Disruptor! Yay! As you get skills, you have to go through and equip them, and you can unequip them, you know, as you get better and better stuff. And the numbers over to the right show you what the actual weapon point cost is. So like I said, it's very, very customizable. And just because a character starts off with a certain type of weapon or armor, as far as humans go, or magic ability or lack thereof, you can basically turn anybody into anything. It's going to be harder for them to learn certain things, but you can basically do whatever you want. Usually, Blue is a diehard sorcerer, and I usually have him with the Dream Super Combo and Life Sprinkler, which are like endgame story or endgame sword techniques. So mechs you actually have to customize by putting different accessories and parts on them. And monsters, you literally just have to fight everything and absorb abilities from the critters that you fight. Oh, the Final Fantasy 14 is great. I might consider it now that I've got a current generation console, because literally I have a PlayStation, a PlayStation 2, a Super Nintendo, a regular Nintendo, a Game Boy Advance, SP, and of course the Switch that I'm playing. I don't have anything newer than a PlayStation 2 other than the Switch. So you can also see why I kind of stopped, because it was like, there's not really anything new except for the Squaresoft stuff. Everything else is all the same game over and over and over, or it's nothing but a movie with QuickTime events, and I'm not about that life. But that's just me. I mean, if you like those kind of games, it takes all kinds, and I respect that. But I like storyline better than I do, you know, flashy visuals and crap. Keep in mind, I cut my teeth on Nintendo. That's all. That's just me, and it's a personal preference. I mean, I'm not hating on anybody that plays the more modern stuff. I'm slowly getting into the newer items, though. So if you have any recommendations, let me know. Definitely. Okay. Well, from what I've seen, I've not seen very much, but I've also not been seeking it out. So like I said, if you've got suggestions, Octopath exists. Is Bravely Default worth it? Because I've seen that, and I've kicked around the idea of it, because I do have a 3DS also. mean, heck, I've not even played Undertale or anything like that. I've watched plenty of playthroughs, and I know that I would enjoy it. I just haven't sat down and tried to play it. I don't have the mad Japanese shooter skills to do some of those things that I've seen. Okay. The robots in this section, the big robots that you can see on the world map, don't mess with them. Not unless you're looking to grind, because they are hard. There should be 3 more switches just like this one. We've got to turn them all off. Here, we'll show you. He's got a ton of hit points and high defense. But you can learn some really cool techniques off of him. I'll try it. ECM, oh no. People often complain about the second half. Pay no attention to my Streamlabs bot. Don't worry about that. You acknowledge there are some issues, but you don't think it's fair to mention the issues without often mentioning the payoff at the end. If the payoff matches the knuckle grinding against cheese grater experience, like with Ricky on the original, the payoff did not justify that. It was torture. But if it if it's definitely worth it, and you kind of know that going in, then there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with a quote-unquote hard game that you have to grind or figure stuff out. But if it is just left up to sheer arbitrary luck, I don't know. I don't know. Oh, Leonard's down. They sure as heck did not nerf this boy. So how does it play? Is it turn-based, or is it more like Final Fantasy Tactics? Because I do not enjoy spreadsheet games at all. And this one is not really spreadsheety. Which is why it works. But as you see, he just whooped. Oh, God. Also, in the original, they did not have a flee option, but he's like a sub-boss. So we're just going to quickly GTFO. Okay, so I hit that switch. Bravely Default is basically FF5. Okay, okay. I don't mind that. I really don't. You know, if I have to repeat something a couple of times, that's fine. You know, if there's a reason for it. If it's just, here, we're gonna force you to grind, then no. I don't know. Unless the storyline is amazing. You know what I mean? Like I said, I'm open to it. So what system is Bravely Default 2 for? And I do plan on doing all of the Final Fantasies at some point. At least up to 7. I don't know if I can sit and stomach 8 again, but I will try to give 9 a fair chance. I played it once and stopped. I think I stopped on disc 3. I did not beat that one, but I have beaten 1 through 8. That specific gripe was with the first game. Okay. But if they fix it, fine. I mean, that is something that Square used to have a big problem with, is, hey, we're gonna force you to grind. You know, here's a spoonful of storyline, and then the rest of it is enjoy holding the A button down. We haven't been beaten 2 yet, so many uncompleted. Oh, honey, I know. Just like I was wanting to get the original done first, but life kept getting in the way, so that we would have a fair comparison. You know, between the original SaGa Frontier and the remaster. So far, I don't know if I'm going to go back and play the original, because this has been leaps and bounds better, because they fixed the balancing issue. Oh no. There was a lot of unbalanced stuff. You could tell that the game was rushed. And I know my friends and I have been saying for years after I turned them on to this game that, you know, I really wish that Square would go back, or somebody would either remaster it or make one just like this game and finish it, even if it was like DLC or something. Because you could tell, and they even point to it at the end. Yeah, that's fine. And I can see what you mean by the comparison to FF5 then. 5 was tolerable, as far as the job class system goes. It was a lot more tolerable than the way Final Fantasy Tactics played out. But again, I am not a spreadsheety kind of person. I don't play like Warhammer or any of that stuff. I do, ooh, Maxwell program. That's a good one, if I remember right. It's a support program, but it allows you to do all sorts of stuff. Ooh, got it. Automatically restores weapon points in battle. Oh, yeah. And there's no random battles in this game, which is still leaps and bounds over the old OG Final Fantasies. You can see and you can avoid, and you can even run away from battle in this version. You couldn't in the original. You were locked in. So, let's see. Let's just go through and zap you. Oh no! Yep, nope, I am not strong enough for that. And at some point I will turn that Streamlabs bot off. I know I keep saying that, but I gotta figure out how. Because I kind of lost my moderator there for a while. So that's two. Oof. That's 2. And you can duck and dodge around critters and stuff, which makes this a lot easier. Plus, they made a fast forward feature, which is what I'm playing on right now. Just because the original didn't have that, and oh, the battles would take forever. You had to dedicate some time to this game. I will turn this fast forward off now and fight this battle and show you. This is not on slow mode, this is normal speed for the game. So yeah, we're gonna... Oh, I gotta go through here. Nope, that's where you need to end up at some point. And there's something up here. They did a wonderful job in fixing the graphics and everything. The gimmick is that you can use Brave to spend battle points and take multiple actions in one turn, and then default to reduce damage and restore BPT and store BPT use later. Oh, okay. So that's why they call that. All right, that actually sounds really interesting. That's a new gimmick. Oh, we're gonna speed that back up. Woo! Like playing on molasses. Secret board confirmed. You know what, Zeke? I think you need one of these, honey. Let's go ahead and get you fixed up. Been kind of ignoring you. There we go. Come here. So I might have to check that one out. Definitely. Thank you for the suggestion, Manok. You know, if you think of any others, definitely let me know. Ugh. Okay. An albatross. So Octopath, okay. And what's that one like? Ooh, you got the Maxwell program too. Oh, okay. Okay, awesome. T260 is getting to be a little beast. I don't sound like a Persona. I've heard Persona is pretty spreadsheety. Yeah, my brain doesn't work that way. The more numbers and stats and all this stuff that you get into, I lose interest. I get bored. You know, trying out new combinations, not trying out this and that. Basically, what you're seeing with SaGa Frontier, I have no problem with. If I have to do algebra equations just to do an attack, no thank you. Or to survive a combat that I have to go through, no. No, I graduated high school in 2000. No, I'm done with homework. Oh. Octopath is this RPG with old school style sprites in this pop-up book world style 3D environment. That actually sounds kind of cool. That's on the Switch store, right? Because I think I've seen both of those titles that we've been talking about in there. I was hoping they wouldn't just recharge, but that's okay. Okay, so there's still one left, because that's 3, and there were a total of 4 switches. I don't think there's a switch in here. That could be. Oh god. Yeah, there's 8 characters, each following their own story. It also, so it's kind of like this game, but a little more 8-bit-ish / 16-bit-ish. Because I mean, I can handle job systems. I can handle. Oh god. Get away from me! I can't handle him. But yeah. I mean, I love playing role-playing games. I'm alright at, like, adventure stuff, too, but... those seem to be my main genres. And also, I don't really have time to sit down and play a crap ton and grind like I used to. So that's also another reason why I don't really care too much for the more super elaborate pins, needles, string kind of games that are, you know, very spreadsheety, managing your data and all that stuff. Okay, so yeah, I know you're probably like, what are you doing, Rectangle? You have to eventually make your way back through here to that center spot. And I want to say one of these sections, you double back and the 4th grid of lights is over this way. What about brake systems? You have to do first in certain actions to get everything into a state. Honestly, I've never really played anything kind of like that I know of. I mean, for the right price, I'm basically willing to try just about anything once, game-wise. Okay. Oh yeah! But, you know, okay, that's what I was afraid of. One more. Okay. I am a ginormous dork. I need to go here and zoom pass through this and then go to that section that we were just at. But yeah, softening up your enemies, I mean, there's games that have sections that are kind of similar to that. So, fine, I guess. Depending on how complicated it gets, I guess. In Octopath, enemies have X number of shields. Each time you hit them with something they're weak to, they lose 1 shield. Once they're out of shields, they break and lose their actions for a whole turn and take increased damage. Is it possible to kill them without breaking their shields? Not all of them, but at least some. Because otherwise it just sounds like you're padding out the combat system. You gotta have some easy battles too, you know? That would be something I would probably be turned off to. If it's all convoluted all the time. You know what I mean? Having difficult battles, fine. Where you have to do that for like bosses and mini bosses, I can see that. So it generally expects you to combine break with boost. Okay. Okay. Sneaky snake, oh my god! Oh, let me in. Keep away from me. Oh no! Oh, right into him. Nope. Oh, that was awful. Weaker enemies only have one or two. Okay, that's what I mean. One or two shields, all right. But if I'm sitting here having to chain like a bajillion or things just to kill like a worm, W-O-R-M, not W-Y-R-M, then we're not gonna get very far. Because I mean, how do you get to level 2? Boost is something to build up every turn and use it. You have multipliers to your damage. Okay. If I catch it on sale, I might take a chance on it. Or at least look up some videos and see if I can put 2 and 2 together. I think I got what you're saying, though. I would have to get a feel for how they do it. But Bravely Default actually sounds kind of interesting. I'll have to take a look at that one, definitely. Is Octopath an indie game, or is it also by Square? Oh boy, HQ. They both have demo versions. I will have to check that out, since there's demo versions. They make sure all top secret information is accessed only through certain terminals. Make it more complicated than it already is. It didn't accept my password. Maybe this will do it. There it is. Numbers, 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 dash, 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 numbers, 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 numbers. What are these numbers? It didn't work. I can't believe it. Your information can be accessed only by the commanders. You must be some sort of secret. I wish I could make sense of these numbers. Is there any relation to Model RB3? Is that a robot? Let's see. Right now, nothing. Any relation to HQ? You mean the command base? It is either a place or an organization. Let me see. Oh, I get it. These numbers must be the ship's travel data. I don't know if it leads to HQ, but if we set a course by these numbers, we'll find something. This is really exciting. We gotta travel by ship again. Afraid of flying, sir, again? Both are Square Enix, but different studio. Okay, I got you. Alright. So those would be two things that I would have to take a look at. Thanks for the suggestions, seriously, because I've been kind of like, well, there's nothing really new for the Switch. All I'm saying is the old games that have been ported from the Wii U. And we're in the middle of the life cycle of the system officially from Nintendo. So it's like, but why though? I mean, Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze is old. Mario Wii U Deluxe is old. Link's Awakening, although love how they redid it. Oh my god, they showed it some love. But I was a teenager when that came out. let's see. Oh, I didn't mean to go here. Yeah, we're not going to do that. Okay. Go to HQ. Let me know when you're ready. Remember, you can only get there only from this port. Okay. I think we might be in some grinding phase here. Also for new players, a little bit of advice. Yorkland, the swamps, Shrike, any of the tombs, they're good to get you started. The bioresearch lab when you get a little bit further to get your advanced skills. The sewers in Kurong and the ruins in Shinro. Those are all good places to sit there and grind. If you have trouble, don't just rely on the autosave feature. Quick save and save often. I usually have 2 saves plus a quick save going at any given time, just in case I get trapped, so I can go back and grind a little bit. The grinding takes about 30 minutes, where it used to take 2 hours. Or it'll take 2 hours instead of 6 from the original version, primarily because of the speed up and the balancing. So they've really shown this game some love. Speaking of grinding, I hear enemies level up the more battles you fight. Yes. Yes, they do. They scale to match you. And the enemies change in an area based off of your battle rank. So, for instance, Yorkland, the swamps that I just talked about. When you first start going in there, you'll see stuff like trisaurs, or, you know, your level 1 enemies and stuff like that, or level 5 enemies that are pretty easy. I mean, they can still kick your butt if you don't know what you're doing. But once you get the hang of it, and it's not that much of a learning curve to start, you'll figure it out. And then when they do start stomping your butt, you'll figure it out. It's not a cheese grating against your knuckles experience to figure out the combat. Seriously, it's not. Can you brute force your way through without grinding? And yeah, I totally get games are more time consuming to make in the current year because they have a lot more rendering and stuff like that they've got to do. But this is a Tootsie Roll question. I don't know. I've never made it without grinding. Ask Mr. Howell. I will say this. You can do minimal grinding, because I'm not having to grind anywhere near as much as I did on the original. Your scenarios usually have about 5 hours worth of story. 5 to 6. And then there's maybe 4 hours worth of grinding to get end game level. And you're not having to stop all the time to do it. Really, the storyline kind of breaks enough to where once you get the feel for the game, it starts talking about like getting closer through your mission and stuff like that, and the more little check marks that you get in your storyline box there. Most RPers will have the gut instinct of, I might want to start leveling up a little bit and then go grind and stuff like that. If you can get Life Sprinkler, if you can get the Dream Super Combo, if you can get some of your end level tactics with minimal grinding, great. I have yet to do it, and I'm just a casual player at this. You tend to reject grinding in these RPGs you play. Like if a boss kicks your butt, you just try again. You can do that, but like I said, it's not like the OG games where you had to grind. It's nowhere near like Dragon Warrior. But it would behoove you to do a little bit of grinding, like at least an hour or two, and you can spread it out however you want. You know, do side quests, because it's not just literally, I have to go to this place and grind. No, you can take on side quests for just about all of the characters except for T260, because he can't learn magic. But, you know, say you want to learn magic for your characters and you go to Devon, you know, like I did for Amelia. The side quest will provide you with probably close to enough grinding. You don't actually have to just literally pump the brakes and do it. If you do get to a point, though, it is recommended that you spend about 30 to 45 minutes, just my experience, doing a little bit more grinding, or take a look at your weaponry and try to go for upgrades. Same thing with the junk shop shenanigans. Basically, any scenario that you get, you can pretty much get endgame weapons and armor to start. So it makes it definitely not, when I say grinding, it's not like most grinding. It's not a ginormous slog. But if you're able to do it, and this isn't a challenge, this isn't a, you know, you're silly or anything else like that. If you're able to do it, great. Drop me a line and let me know. Let me know how you did it. No, and it's not. If you're doing side quests, it's not really grinding for you unless it's a large amount of 20 bear flanks style quest. It's nothing like that. Literally, okay. Take a look at my playthrough of Amelia, and I think you'll see what I mean. Zealous, I did do a lot of stuff off screen because there was so much grinding, but there was storyline, and I kind of recapped it, and I felt like I cheated by doing that, because there was like 2 hours of gameplay that I did not capture because it was literally all combat, and then random encounter, and then combat. And I was like, well, I can just catch the 4 highlights. I've showed the first one, and then we'll pick it back up with Orluge. You're still doing stuff, and you're still fighting critters to get through. You're not literally having to go to the side and grind. But if you want to have an easier time going through dungeons and stuff like that, you can. You know, different playstyles, it does allow for that. So, let's see. I wonder if I can go pick up Rabbit. Sad, my caffeine. Okay. Nope, there's nobody here. Or was he in the library? That's the dojo for mind magic. Yeah, this is important mainly for Red's quest. Okay, so there's nothing there yet. Well, it looks like I can't do... Hey! I can try for, PKW... Oh, where's the port? I lost the port. There. There we go. And you can fast forward through those themes. But yeah, that'll give you a better idea of the quote-unquote grinding that I was talking about. Because I was kind of grinding in the Tartaros ship while you and I were talking. But I was also completing stuff. Is it this one? No. That's Dr. Nusakan. I always get those two confused. Okay. How much money do I have? I wonder if I should start working on my meat puppets over here. The humans. Probably. Okay. Because there's going to be all sorts of critters. Because I need a backup. Another wonderful thing is instead of having to go back and rest so much, you can swap out parties. Because you can have up to 3 parties. And... oh no! They have status ailments that work. Oh yes. They do. And there's some different ones. There's palsy, which is kind of like paralysis. There's mess, which is basically confusion. And there's different levels of mess. When the little foggy cloud over your head turns red, that's when you actually go into berserk and start attacking your party. Poison works. Stun works. Sleep works. All of that works as interrupts and everything. And they don't work 100% as effective as enemies using them on you, but they work more effectively than the old school games used to. Does that make sense as far as from a combat perspective? Like, he's going to use blind. Well, that doesn't work on me because I'm a robot. There we go. We might actually show some of the status ailments and stuff as I go through here, because there's potential for all of that crap. And to get new abilities, you literally just have to... It kind of works like Final Fantasy V also. With the exception of... well, or even Final Fantasy II. See? Now she's got palsy. Mei-Ling does. She's got paralysis, is what they call it in this version. And she's down for the count. Bosses are immune to status ailment. Poison is not worth using on regular enemies. There is some of that with bosses. Some. Like your one-hit KO abilities and stuff like that will obviously not work on bosses. Usually. Emphasis on usually. But they will on regular enemies. But status ailments, yeah, you can poison most of them or whatever as long as they're weak to it. Okay, let's see if I can get PZKV, blah, 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 whatever his name is. Panzer Kraftwagen. Yep. If that's his name, I've decided it. It's something big, long, in German. But see, you just literally use your sword techniques, or your swords, and you'll spark, or they call it glimmering. You'll get a new ability. Same thing with your fists to learn new martial arts abilities. And so on. Yeah, let's go back to using swords, because she's pretty versatile with everything. And then let's go do this. Ooh, he used shadow magic on her. And when your characters get knocked out, they start losing what's known as life points. LP is how many times you can get knocked out before game over. Or the character in the original would never come back because they're dead. If they get knocked out during battle or killed during battle, they get revived the next battle, or the next time that as soon as you're out of combat, as long as they have LP left. WP is your sword techniques, JP is your spells, hit points, that's all standard. And pretty much you will see, you have the potential to see all three of these guys, or at least Lute and Mei Ling, and potentially Ricky, in almost all of the scenarios. And you get to see a guy named Rufus more often than not, too. This is the only scenario that you can recruit a bunch of different robots, though. Aside from Red. Yes, this in Red. Because everybody else says, I'm not good with machines. So. I guess I should go through the Luminous Labyrinth with my human characters and get light magic, at least, so that they'll be able to. There you go, Lute. Right. Yeah. Bosses are immune to some status ailments, but which ones differ per boss? Poison deals a lot of damage to the one it does work on. That's how this one flows. This one flows more like a modern game. Mirror. Which is kind of amazing considering that this game originally was released in 1998. It literally was falling on the heels of Final Fantasy VII. And you can tell that it was kind of like their let's screw around with this and see what works. Let's try something different game. And it really got overshadowed by FF7. It really did. Which is a shame. That combined with the fact that they only had they had an insane amount of time to get it done. And they even mentioned that in the ending of the original, that they were like, ah. There we go. Hi, how are you? Doctor? You became a mech? A lot has happened since we last met. Doctor, take me with you. What should we do? Come with us. I'll give you a souvenir. Hey, bazooka! So we'll just switch you over here. Well, no. Let's go ahead and... Oh, no, I need again. I need him to work on Life Sprinkler like meow. He's a hard-working mech. Because if I can get those going and then get them enough JP to, say, about 30 to 50 JP... If I can get them to learn, you know, hell, even Mega Wind Blast. Or Gale Wind Blast. Mega Gale Blast. I forgot what they call it on this version. But, so much better. Or even Light Sword. But 30 to 50 will help spread out how much healing I have to do with Starlight Heal. And that'll be ready for endgame. Maybe it's because you relate to the party, but you don't see the appeal of FF7. You don't hate it, it's a good game, but you don't... You know, it's not really because you relate to the party. I played since Final Fantasy 1, and honestly, Final Fantasy 7, and I'm about to get some hate for saying this, it pushed the technological limits of the PlayStation at the time. It looked wonderful for the time, with all of its polygonal jagginess and everything. That's part of the reason why it's a flagship title, basically. It's considered, you know, super noteworthy. And ginormous FMVs and everything else like that. But at the same time, if you play it and you play Final Fantasy VI, it is the same game. Don't care. It's the same game. Loved me some Final Fantasy VI. There were some problems with that game. Some storyline issues and stuff like that, but that was my first... That and Chrono Trigger were my first actual... I mean, I love Final Fantasy, blah, 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 back in the heyday when I was ginormous Squaresoft nerd. Hypergravity beam of... Oh, let's try that. What does that do? Let's try him out. It does. But how many years after did it come out? I mean, 8 looked better than 7. And I've also found in my travels that usually nowadays there's 2 player bases. There's people that play for story, and then there's the overwhelming majority that play for looks and story, but mostly looks. Which is fine. It's absolutely fine. Absolutely fine. You know, I mean, I don't want the game to look like absolute poop, but... But if it doesn't have a story that hooks me, I don't care how good looking it is. I like my RPGs like I like my guys. I want them to have some substance of character. But yeah, FF7 is basically FF6. The end boss, Sephiroth's final form and Kefka's final form are the exact same cotton-picking thing, a one-winged angel. The only difference is that Sephiroth had Latin music that was stolen from Handel. In Latin. And there was a lot more cursing in 7. Because Barrett had a foul mouth. He was kind of written in a racist tone, too, because he was in the... He had kind of a blaxploitation flavor to his dialogue, which, again, it was the 90s. Different time. But you don't have to sit there and go mofo this and GD that and everything else. I mean, it was unnecessary. Most people don't talk like that. Sid also had a potty mouth, but he was a military guy, and that's kind of accurate, but there's exceptions to the rules. Yada, yada, yada. At that time. Again, it's a product of its time. Oh, honey, he didn't get bleeped for the most part, except for when he was dropping like F-bombs and stuff. But yeah, he was. Then again, if you actually get into his storyline, I mean, he was over everybody's BS. The way they did him. He basically got treated like a Vietnam veteran. It was absolutely horrible. And he was taking no crap. Stop it. Well, it was also kind of a launch title too. They didn't know what they were doing. The games that start with a system, especially back then, when everything was new, you didn't know what it was capable of. You were just like, okay, let's throw whatever we can at it and see what sticks. So it pushed a lot of PC stuff at the time too, because I know that was a big, huge complaint. Like, everybody was like, oh my god, Final Fantasy VII, Final Fantasy VIII don't work right on the PC. There's video card errors. So it wasn't just the PlayStation. FF9 is an optimistic storytelling that's still engaging. Absolutely. And make no mistake, I have no hatred for FF9. I just had a really nasty taste in my mouth from FF8. So that was at my period of, I don't want to give Square any more money. There's a cream, I think. Sorry, I just had a Discord message. But yeah, and you know, it is definitely on my list of go back and try this. Titles. But again, you know, SaGa Frontier I can pick up, put down, and be done with. And play in, you know, 1 to 4 hour spurts. FF9, I'm going to be learning a new game, and I can't just throw myself into it like I used to. So that's kind of what's put me on a damper of trying additional Final Fantasies. Like 10, I really don't have an interest in. I gave it a good shot. I've got it sitting here on my shelf of actual discs in my collection, right next to SaGa Frontier and Chocobo Racing and everything else. Like I said, big, huge Squaresoft nut. Former. But I've just not had a chance to really do much of anything. Let's see. Well, I got PQ. I forgot what his name actually is. It's Panzerkraftwerk something. Vogel, maybe? It's something ginormous in German and menacing sounding. I don't even know why I came to Kyo. Oh, let's go to Luminous and get them some spells. Gameplay-wise. Okay. FF9 was like this tiny light in a sea of edgy Fair. Because I have played FF9. I just, again, everything else after FF8, I got secondhand. There's Rouge. He won't come with me, though, and that makes me sad. That makes me so sad. Oh, he's gonna disappear. Bloop. Because I can't learn magic. Sad. Okay. Alright, humans. Attempt the Luminous Labyrinth. Yeah. Shadow magic users, robots, and monsters are not permitted. Still want to try it without them? Yeah. Y'all go learn your thing. Have some faith. Sit there. Do your thing. I'm not even touching the controller. It's just letting you know that the game didn't freeze. And then zoop. Oh, now they've got the gift for life magic. Gameplay-wise, the characters were actually distinct. Instead, if you move a materia set from one character to another, you basically can't tell the difference. That is a very fair assessment. And that's Omble. Okay, let's go spend some money on some magic. I want to buy... You guys have got that. Let's go ahead and do this. Yup. Oh, you've already got that. There. Yup. 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 Okay. That'll take me less time to grind on magic, I think. Okay. And there's not really anything in Devon. Yeah, that's kind of one of the good things about this game, too. And you get to explore the different regions from different viewpoints. Because this is actually where the victory rune is, if you're going for rune magic. Let's see if I'm strong enough to, ouch, take this guy on. Okay, cannon. Oh, honey, I need to get you a weapon that doesn't take MP. I mean, WP. But yeah, to go back to your earlier question on whether or not you can brute force this, if you've got the skills, you sure can. Like right now, I'm just kind of derping around, trying to get stuff, get items and stuff, and explore different areas. But this is quote-unquote the grinding. Okay, well, thanks for chit-chatting with me, Manok. You know, I certainly hope that you join us again for the next stream and everything. And have a great night. It was a free power cure, so hey. Okay, there's that. Get out of here. Okay. I kind of wanted to stop by Nakajima. It always makes it look like my fault. You can change your different body types here. I usually stick with type 8. Or type 1, I mean. But rabbit looks like this. You basically get one of each type of these kind of critters, with the exception of, I think, him. Yeah. Go. All right, well, that's a little better. Oh, high frequency sword. Let's get that. Here we go. Ooh, heat bazooka. Okay. All right. That might actually help. Okay. Let's see if I can get Ricky to turn into a black dragon. No, not this fight. Okay. There we go. Hey, Loot, can you stop doing that? The other party members are not a Christmas turkey, please. That's the first battle I've had to run from. Oh. Let's go rest for a little bit. And then I think I'm gonna call it here, because I need to do some grinding. To get my human and monster characters where I want them to be. So they can be support to the robots. That shouldn't take very long, honestly. Like I said, I'll probably either go back to Shinro and get more items, because I mean, that's another thing. When you're grinding and stuff like that, you can just go through and try to grab all the items in an area, and there's enough encounters to where you do that 2 or 3 times and boop, you've gone up a level. Almi is another one that is a good place. Yeah, Shinro, Almi, Yorkland, the Bioresearch Lab, and any of the tombs, because you can get the sacred relics, you can recruit other monsters, you can do all sorts of crazy stuff. So you can pause in the storyline for the most part, as long as you're not towards the end game. And the game has a warning system, basically. You can't return once you enter this part. That's your warning of, hey, if you've been struggling, you might want to go grind and do what you need to do first. But, which is definitely good, and that's something that they had in the original. But again, you know, I'm so glad that Square showed some love to this game. And has fleshed out a lot of stuff. But with that being said, yeah, I'm going to do a little bit of grinding, because once I go to HQ, we're pretty much, it's literally just a greased up luge to the end at that point. So with that being said, I think I'm going to call the stream here. I'm going to do some grinding and stuff, and then I should be back maybe Wednesday, but definitely Saturday with more SaGa Frontier and Squaresoft Saturdays. I hope you guys were entertained, and I hope you guys have at least learned something. You know, because I mean, every time I play this game, I learn something new. Just about every time I play this game. So there's always something to learn and to explore with this. So, you know, again, it's a fun little go-to and you can pick it up and play it casually. You don't have to do stuff like one right after the other, right after the other. You can take breaks, and it won't throw you off that much, especially now that they've got that little story checklist. But yeah, all right. Thanks again for watching, and I shall see you guys soon. Have a great day. Bye.